So thank you
You're
guys for
late.
bearing with us.
With you.
It is April Fools, not April Fool. It's April Fools. So let's get started. My name is Icon. This is iConTalks. And last week we had a tie. So we're going to ask Shake to address his audience first. Please introduce yourself.
I dispute that tie. I was wrongfully robbed of a win because somebody in the chat, there was a big conspiracy against me in the win, and I was wrongfully, a vote was taken from me. Like my man Big T, right? The 329, or what was a week ago? Right? Last week's game was stolen from me, like the election, right? Because of a miscount. Right, a hanging Chad basically, and we just let that slide like nothing happened, and it ended up in a quote unquote tie, like the 2000 election, right?
So, and just like Big T, you just meander on and on and on. We don't care you and win, okay? Give it up.
How am I losing points again?
Didn't win, bro.
I'm losing points again. This is crazy, right? I feel like Trump. Persecution.
Say speed, run the down votes. Heero, please introduce yourself.
How we doing, party people? My name is Heero. I want to say thank you all for being here. Week in, week out, you guys been putting up with us for a significant amount of time. If you are watching this on any other platform, make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing. As a person who is sending out multiple forms of media and content, trying to grow, you don't know really how powerful those things are to the algorithm and to us. And it also lets us know when we're doing well. So if it's managed to maneuver 3 minutes of your time, hey, pay it forward. Give us that like and subscribe.
Yeah, what he said. And as usual, if Heero says something you like, please type exclamation V2 into the chat. And if Shake says something you agree with or like, please type exclamation V3 into the chat. And with that being said, we are going to move on to our icebreaker. What song gives you the chills every time you listen to it?
Anything from Hans Zimmer, but specifically the Man of Steel, What Are You Gonna Do When You're Not Saving the World, which is aka Superman's theme song. Phenomenal. I mean, truly epic song. I dare you to put that song behind any animation or any creative work and not have a sense of resonance and a sense of soul. And rest in peace to the late, great Chester Bennington. I know In the End and Crawling get a lot of love, but if you've ever had a chance to listen to, oh my God, and I'm blanking on this. My goodness, what is it? Paper Cut. Paper Cut from Hyperbird Theories or Meteora. The vocal sound chord of how he holds when the sun goes down, you feel it taking away from me is truly poetic, and to hear him hold that note for 15 seconds on each iteration live.
Did we just lose the sound?
Was that the profound ending?
It was the chef's kiss. What more do you need?
We lost your sound halfway through it. I have a couple. So like chilling where it gives me the creeps and so I can't listen to it anymore. It's like one of them. Immortal Techniques, Dance with the Devil. Like, first of all, I think at this point, if you're like recreationally listening to Immortal Techniques, Dance with the Devil, I'm very much judging you, right? You need to be put on that list. Like, you haven't done anything illegal yet, but we need to keep an eye on you. Like, just stay there. Don't be around children. Don't be around women. Just stay like at home so we can keep an eye on you, right? Joel Ortiz remix to Kanye's "Devil in a Blue Dress." If you heard his Devil in a Blue Dress remix, it's about his story of selling heroin and then him trying heroin. It's a very like disturbing story. Then like really dark. If you want to go like this song from this DJ called Winks, it's Why Are You Laughing? The whole track is just this really dark techno beat with this clown laugh overtraying in the background. So really creepy, and then chilling, but probably not in a creepy way. Like if you ever heard the Russian Federation national anthem, like where the United States national anthem is designed to be sung by a woman, the Russian national anthem is designed to be sung by an army of men. Like that's how it's sound bed. So you have like 1,000 men, like from baritone all the way to bass, singing the Russian national anthem. If you've ever heard it, like I could send you the YouTube link, and then excuse me, Heero put something in my head. No reggaeton
No
Tonya.
Diddy.
Oh, that was good. Edith Pice. So if you ever heard of Hans Zimmer, right? Edith Pice, he took that for Inception. Right. Edith Pice, No Regrets. It's French.
All right. The last few weeks we've talked about people getting sick and then their significant others leaving them. And there was a young lady who went on America's Got Talent, and she had found out that her cancer had came back. She had less than 6 months to live. So I looked her up, and the story just was sickening to me. She got sick, so her husband left her because he didn't want to deal with her being sick. I'm like, what a piece of shit. So she goes on America's Got Talent, and she writes her own song, and it's called It's Okay. And in this song, it's telling people it's okay to feel down. Everybody has that point in their life where they feel down. It's okay. Fight through it. Even if you don't get through it, just fight through it. And I guess it kind of meant a lot to me because my father passed from cancer, and my mother didn't run away from him. She ran to him, and they were divorced at the time. But she did everything in her power to make sure that he got through that. So when I heard this song and then I heard her story, it meant something to me because it personified what my mother did. So if y'all get a chance, go to YouTube and check out Nightbird. The name of the song is It's Okay. Has about 200 million views. It really took off. She did pass because she was on America's Got Talent maybe 2 years ago. So cancer did get her, but fortunately she went on her journey, and her story and her music touched a lot of people. So again, if you get a chance, her name is Nightbird. The name of the song is It's Okay. Check out the lyrics. They're pretty damn dope. I didn't mean to sour the mood, but it's a pretty dope song.
You good. You just pulled on
iConTalks. It's called iConTalks. I wish you had the link posted and ready. It would have been nice, but
I mean, I'm just saying, I can do that.
And he wants his own show, Heero. Lord,
yeah,
he's not even ready.
There we go.
Now we're here to carry him
link
on
is
his
in the
own
chat.
show.
Good looking out. There you go. All right, so we're gonna move to our next topic. As we do at the beginning of every month, who is your Champ and Chump of March 2024? Who wants to go first?
Here, you can take this.
This one's gonna pain me to say this, but the champ, this has to be Donald Trump, right? He owed $500 million.
Damn, you stole mine.
You thought I wasn't gonna take that?
That ass stole mine. Continue.
$500 million in debt to multiple parties, more than $500 million debt, ready to have his assets literally taken by the government of New York, and he proceeds to, in verbatim, cry himself into perfection by only having to pay 1/3 of what's due and having a 10-day extension. Keep in mind, he is being held responsible for crimes that he has already been found guilty of. He is wrong. He is out of pocket. But to take it a step further, some shell ass company ended up buying his social media company and combining with their own and IPO'd within 3 days of merger, and he quickly became a $6 billion man off of junk stocks. If you're looking at it right now, he can't currently buy the stocks. He can't sell them for at least 6 months. But you know what he can do? Take out loans on them with the promise of paying you back with interest in 6 months.
I'm sorry,
which is
Heero.
just the.
I am so sorry. Let me tell you why he can't do that. The price already dropped. Everyone knew this was a balloon. Everyone knew it wasn't real.
Of course.
The price already dropped.
But he already took out the loans. So he is essentially walking around liquid with $6 billion now. Now, the chump for March has to be Shake for letting me go first, knowing damn well that such a big story would go would go so easily. How foolish of you! Way to let your prey. Way to lay down and be prey.
I gotta give you a point for that. So he definitely stole my champ. Chump is every single person who actually thought he would have to pay anywhere near close to the amount of much. My man Big T, you come for the king, you best not miss. What have I been telling every single person here? You come for him. Pause. No Diddy. You best not miss. Right? I'm putting a preemptive no Diddy on this entire conversation because it's about to sound crazy. Right? This man, he beats off all the cases. I said it just how I said it. Right? He can do what he wants. He finishes wherever he goes. And now he's a rich man. Right? My man Big T, right, doesn't play. Right? Any person who actually thought that, that the justice system would actually like do what it's supposed to do for anybody but a very rich old white man. It did its job, right? So the champ is the justice system doing what it's supposed to do. Like what you thought, like something like the three of us will get away with something like that. Exactly, that's the response. All three of us laughing is exactly what Lady Liberty would do to us up there. Just laugh at us. So those are my champ and my chump for 2024. Any person who thought he would have to pay, and then us for thinking that justice would be like do its job. And like so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you go in there, get an extension, and have to pay less.
And he got somebody else. He got an insurance underwriter to underwrite the 175.
Are you serious?
The bond at 175. Who's a supporter. So if he doesn't pay, he's probably just going to write off the 175. So a man's not going to pay a dime. I'm telling you, right? Like, he's not going to pay a dime. He's a 78-year-old man who somehow told an 81-year-old man, you're old, right? And in case you don't know, he's on Ozempic, right? Have you seen the most recent photos of him? He looks like someone has just paused. Big ass pause on this. Has literally sucked the fat out of him. Pause.
We don't know enough about this, but I've already seen it. For what I've seen it, I know what it's used for in normal things at the hospital. But the one thing I will say is, once you come off of Ozempic, you immediately gain even more weight. It's kind of scary to see how much more weight you put on after getting off of it. So unless they can figure out a way of handling the backside side effects of that, this could lead to a lot more obesity than promised.
So everybody who's not trying to get their fat ass in the gym, who just wants to take a pill, but they stop taking the pill, I'm just gonna be fatter. Oh, that's great. That is great.
It's the perfect crime.
It's lovely. Right? Pay to take a pill so you don't have to go to the gym to just make your fat ass have to turn around and go to the gym in 2 years.
We remember the Tony Stark storyline in Ultimate Tony Stark. Like, he downloads the app that makes you more famous and beautiful, but the moment you download it, your true color comes out. So everyone had to keep it downloaded on his phone or something like that. So like, if this isn't a supervillain origin story, I don't know what is.
Sounds like one to me.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Excuse me.
Huge T. That's getting
our
pinned.
Next topic: ultimate power. If at the snap of the finger, you could cause every adult that's 18 or and older, every adult in the world would have the strongest orgasm they ever had. So again, you snap your fingers and every adult in the world has the strongest orgasm they ever had. How would you use that power?
Nah, bud. Nah, that's disgusting. No. I know everybody thought I would be the one to use that. Nah, because like, unless you could individually, like, I would want to be like, snap it at people and be like, you have one. But like, it's just everybody, like, nah. No. Because then, like, you wouldn't be able to rob a bank because you're not having a bust in the nut. Like, you'd have to constantly change your drawers all the time. Like, you couldn't go to a concert. You couldn't have a snapper like
everyone but you. This is your superpower.
Well, this is everybody. Right? This seems like an unnecessary super because people can still see you. They just have an orgasm. right? So they'll see me walk into a bank, right, and just be like, oh, but I still see your face. Like, that's what it would be. So it doesn't seem like a useful superpower. It's probably one of the most useless superpowers. Like, it might be cool, like, if you're at an orgy, right? If you're the guy at the orgy and be like, hey, want to see something? Boom! Right? Orgy's done. Or orgy's at your crib and you want everybody out the crib. Like, that's how you end it early. You just make everybody finish real quick. No Diddy. That's Diddy's superpower. Whoa! Thought about it. Think about it. Right? That's a Diddy supervillain right there. His villain arc. That's his power at the Fricos. Right? Think about it. Right? Imagine how much money he would save. He wouldn't have to pay the prostitutes. Right? He could just have everybody at the freak off and just snap real quick and he'd be good. Heero, you got the floor. My bad. I was rambling.
You sure you done? Thinking of
Yeah.
Diddy's.
Hey yo.
I want you to realize that if that was your superpower, and let's use Diddy for example, you'd be going to jail. Because once they figure out it's you, a bunch of people are gonna sue you. The world, as you know it, can sue you for literally involuntarily causing them to. That's sexual assault on a global scale. You are literally going to jail for the rest of your life. And the judge who's going to punish you is also a victim. There's literally no one on earth that would be on your side other than, I guess, maybe some neckbeard ass dude that's upset that they don't get touched in the middle of the day. I also want to just take a second to bring something to everyone's attention with this power. What happens to the people who die from this? Do you know how many people annually die from overexertion through like heart palpitations from extreme orgasms? You could literally have a situation where people are flying planes, doing surgery, doesn't matter. They're all dying.
I think that's a good way to go out.
Having your heart transplant and your surgeon having an orgasm is the best way you could go out, Icon. I would love to see you write that book. I would love to see you.
You're on the table getting like minor knee surgery, just like meniscus redone, right? And like your doctor just nicks your femoral artery because like you decide to be funny to snap
the hospital part. I'm saying if that's
right.
I would hope
it can just happen to someone in the worst place.
Wait.
Oh, and then I think the worst.
You're telling me you wouldn't want to go out mid-stroke?
Side piece shake.
First of all, side piece shake after you dropped High Road Heero last week is ridiculous, right? That's crazy. Second of all, like these nicknames is getting ridiculous, out of pocket, right? We need to put a stop to these. Side piece shake and High Road Heero, right? Need to. I'm sorry.
Yo. Why did you say side piece shake? He just made you sound like an order from Popeyes.
Oh my god.
Oh man. To be honest, I think the greatest thing that we would have lost is the ability to do the snapping thing at Slam Poetry Fest, which are very important to me.
Bro, that would be terrible. Like, imagine you're at like your parent is dying, right? You're on someone's deathbed. Like your parent is dying at their deathbed, right? And some assholes at a concert, right? Heroes is at a slam poetry concert. He's just doing this, right? And now you and your dying parent are just going off. Right? Because at the worst possible moment, there are people who are like, they would not want this at that given moment. You're at your child's baseball game. Now the whole stand is, the ref is now on the ground, not paying attention. It's a debacle, right? You're driving. Yeah, no. You can't have this. That's a terrible play. That's a terrible.
This is the power. I would literally cut off all my fingers to avoid this ever happening. I would take an L. I would take an L for everybody and just cut off all my fingers.
I'm gonna need y'all to be more creative. That's a hell of a superpower. All right. Dumbass of the week. Let's get into it. Oh, here we go.
Our dumbass is the sponsors that we wanted to sign up with us at first. No joke. I love the sponsors. We love the sponsors here.
This week award goes to the family of Bullseye Bob, the brilliant teen from Texas who figured his apartment walls were dying for some lead-based renovations. And I'm not using this young man's real name because he is under the age of 18. But after receiving a firearm from his parents as a gift for his 17th birthday, the teen, in a moment of unmatched brilliance, decided not to wait for his parents to take him to the shooting range and instead brought the range home to his living room. As Big Shot Bob unleashed his inner John Wick, the sound of gunfire.
Hold on. Time out. We not about to sit here and protect this kid because if his name was Daquan, everybody would know it. Say this man's name. Say this man's name. I'm not about to protect his name. Say this man's name. Because if his name was Jaquan or Jazzy J or whatever, you would be saying his shit.
Jazzy J. We're doxing children. We're doxing children. Boo this man, people. We're going to dox a child. But dox the kid, though. Dox him, though. Right?
All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so as Big Shot Bob unleashed his inner John Wick, the sound of gunfire became the worst possible playlist for his neighbors, prompting a swift call to America's biggest gang. Yes, the boys in blue showed up, expecting a hardened criminal, but found Bob in his living room, surrounded by a festive array of bullet holes, looking as proud as down low Republicans at a male orgy. The officers were not amused by Bob's attempt at shooting up the club, and they quickly put an end to the impromptu firing session. Charges have yet to be filed, but the Houston District Attorney claims they are still investigating the matter and do not want to rush to judgment. I wonder why they don't want to rush to judgment. So hats off to Bullseye Bob, who shot his way into infamy this week can't even talk. As this week's dumbass of the week, shut up.
Maybe we weren't trying so hard to protect this kid. All pause and cause. Maybe we would get a actual fluid story here.
Anywho, I guess Heero already spoke his piece. Shake, what do you have?
So, two things. How big do you have to be a minor and be called Big Shot Bob? Right? Like, usually that's reserved for old men. That's a big ass kid. Like, he's probably like 6'4", 300 pounds, mammoth of a kid. Secondly, I heard you workshop this about 2 hours ago, and that reading was far better than it was a minute ago. That joke of the gay Republicans was good, right? You workshop that for a good 20 minutes, right? And I was like, okay, it's good to absolutely butcher the landing and the joke when you get to it, right? When the lights came on, my man, that's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
But yeah, so, I mean, that's a little probation, you know what I mean? Like, my man, he got his gun and he wanted to shoot it, right? It's Texas. It's not that big of a deal, right? No one got hurt, so that's why they're not going to call the police. That's why they're not going to charge him. You know, just give him a little slap on the wrist, a little probation. He good.
Remind me, where did the mass killing of 18 kids and a few teachers happen last year?
Wasn't it around the corner from here?
Yeah, but I mean, that's that he didn't do it. He shot the house. You know what I mean? That's different.
The thing that's mind-boggling here is that this kid clearly hasn't passed any physics class in school. He doesn't understand anything about force. He doesn't understand anything about impact. And the fact that someone that dumb can then hold a weapon of mass destruction because this idiot thought it would be okay to shoot through hollow walls. In 2018, the walls weren't even thick enough to keep people warm during a winter. So what do you think is going to do to stop a bunch of bullets? It is mind-boggling that parents, and we just saw this, that kid who brought his gun to school and shot up a bunch of other people, their parents just got sent to jail. That precedent has been set. And I love it because if parents aren't smart enough to realize that, hey, your kid is not special. And that's the thing I don't like about people with kids. They think their kid is special. I'm here to tell you, your kid is dog water. There's nothing special about it.
Okay,
Their mouth breathers,
That's
they're annoying as
That's
shit.
an upvote. That's an
everybody
upvote.
else.
That's an
Hey,
upvote.
and I want to be extremely clear about it. If this made your butt tingle a little bit, you want to know something? You should probably use Vaseline next time you're getting fucked like that, okay?
Oh, I don't know where that went.
Nah,
I gotta. That was crazy. What a dismount. What a dismount at the end there. Yo, no.
Yeah.
I had some. So, I mean, Traptancy in the chat made some valid question, right? He had his future ahead of him. Was the house colored? That's a valid question, right? That's how we know if the house was colored. That if the house was white, then you got to press some charges. If it was a colored house, you got to do a thorough investigation. He could have been standing his ground against the concrete and the drywall, right? Because it could be a very scary colored house. You don't know. You need to do a thorough investigation here. Just saying.
I completely agree with that. That's not only is that stupidity from Trapping with C. We're not here to entertain that bullshit. If someone had been shot, it wouldn't even be a story worth even emulating for humor. Don't be an idiot, because that type of ignorance goes on to then cause people to think, I can do it too. We have experiences. We literally saw two white boys go out into Compton, join a gang for a day, do a drive-by, get sent home after they killed somebody, but the two people who of color who were shot down didn't get to go home. And the people that were in the car with them went to jail. So let's not sit and pretend like this person's race isn't important to the situation and circumstances. It's not a joke because nobody got hurt. It's a joke that it's allowed to happen in the first place.
All right, everybody snap their fingers.
No, I don't want orgasms.
All right, we are halfway through and the score is tied at 16-16. Let's see what's going to happen.
Oh, that's good. Boy, the middle school dance would be terrible back in the day when snapping fingers came out.
All right, we are going to smash, marry, kill, the Latina edition, because for some strange reason, me and Shake thought it was Latina month. And we realized it's in September.
Oh,
I thought it was in April. I was like, yo, it's definitely this month. Right after we put the list together, he's like, yo, it's between September and October. So either we're mad late or we're real early, right? You figure it out.
All right, so smash, marry, kill. Salma Hayek, Sophia, I can't pronounce her last name, and Rosaria Dawson. Let's throw up the picture so you guys know who we're talking about. These are the beautiful vixens we will be talking about. And yes, Shake gave them their nicknames. We have Spicy Chalupa. We have Sophia as Median Viagra. And Rosaria Dawson as the hotter AOC. Let's go. Smash, marry, kill. What you got, Shake?
Okay. So I think you have to marry hotter AOC, right? She has the most, relatable, because she's from New York, right? So she's the most relatable with me. And she's good, right? She's good. I think you kill Sofia Vergara, right? That accent is a little more annoying to me than Salma Hayek. And Salma Hayek has always been that thing. From Dusk Till Dawn? Yeah. Was that 92? So literally, I'm 32 years old, Salma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn. She always had me well before Sofia Vergara. Sofia Vergara only really got it to me when she was in Soul Plane, right? And she wasn't even that good in Soul Plane. She was a video vixen back in the day.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. All right, so list them off again. Smash, marry, kill. Which ones?
So marrying hotter AOC, definitely. Right? I'm killing off Medellin Viagra, right? Colombian women, they're also crazy. Touching the crazy. Not dealing with that. right? Selma Hayek. It was when I was like 14. I saw From Dusk Till Dawn. That first scene got me, right? When she comes in and she does a strip tease, right? First of all, that scene makes no sense in that movie,
Oh,
right? And that's no.
It made a lot of sense.
Okay, when it makes a lot of sense when you come to figure out that Quentin Tarantino's a foot fetishist perv, right? But other than that, it makes no sense to the plot of the movie. But yeah, that scene got me. So yeah, that's my
Right,
FM.
Heero. Who you got? Smash, marry, kill.
I'm just happy to say that if this was Latina month and you guys decided to then use relevant naming sources for their culture and then also chose to degrade them in every possible way by generalizing them, that was going to be your way of YouTube brain trust showing your love and admiration for a culture by immediately denigrating and downgrading all of their values to immediately. So congratulations that this isn't said month of interest. Just from speaking, because I don't know much about these women, except for it just dawned on me that Rosario Dawson was the same girl from The Rundown with The Rock, which is one of my favorite movies. So I really enjoyed that movie, and she was in it. Unless I am also committing a harsh foul and mixing up two people who look exactly the same. But I would definitely marry her because
to him, all Latinas look alike.
Hey, at least I was upfront about it, and I just did a quick Google search. I'm right.
Get called out.
Sophia's pretty awesome to me because I always found her boisterous and her verbose to be very funny to me. And correct me if I'm wrong again, she's the lady who's making fun of that white guy in that one show she's married to, who's just he had no chance in hell of ever being. Yeah, Modern Family. So I also thought that was pretty funny. It's so true that it's funny. It's always funny to see an extremely hot woman with an extremely old guy that you know has money, and just to see how that plays out. And then for the last one, I'd have to kill her because I don't know who she is. I have no recollection of what she's ever done in the movie world.
Crazy.
So
you can go to Columbia and you can find one of them. You can find a Sofia Vergara a dime a dozen.
I think that's pretty racist. I think that's a little racist that you just said that out loud again. Twice, Shake.
but that's crazy. It's factual though. Selma Hayek in Mexico, as someone who lived in Mexico, is not a dime a dozen, right? Like that is she does not look like your typical Mexican, right? That is a very see when you make that face, pause. That makes it look a lot worse than it is. That makes it sound a lot worse.
I think the word you're looking for, Shake, is when I say something that bad, it sounds just as bad as it sounds. So I should probably stop saying it. Don't put it on me. I think what you're saying is pretty bad.
No. Y'all try to make me look and sound worse than it is. Y'all try to make me sound racist. Like it's not racist. You all know what I'm talking about when you have that thought of what I say, that Central American look.
Hey, Shake, can you open Shake? No, did he open your mouth and put your foot inside?
Hey, yo. New topic.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a Diddy counter. All right. Gimme the Loot. Model Shannon Teresa Marie Schwartz, she has 4 names, too damn long, was arrested in Honolulu for trying to bribe a federal agent to get her boyfriend out of jail. Originally, she made phone calls to this agent, and it appeared to be of a sexual nature. But as the conversations went on, she allegedly offered $5,000 to the Homeland Security investigator to secure the supervised release of her boyfriend. She is now in jail. But my question to you guys, how much are you expecting your significant other to do to get you out of jail?
You better, at the Bears minimum, put my damn bond up. At the Bears minimum, put my fucking bond up. Like, what you mean? You're supposed to, like, at that point, after you put my bond up, you better hold me down. Right? If I got to go on in the pen, you better hold me down. Right? I don't care if I got to do 25 years. Hold me down. Right? But the real, like, let's be honest. Like, people need to not expect others to, like, hold them down when they go inside. And if you do have someone who's willing to like literally bribe a federal agent with like low-key 5K, right? And sex, you gotta marry her if it works out, right? Like, because you're going to federal prison, buddy, right? Pre-owned woman is better than new man. Let's just say that. I'll leave it there, right? Right? Pre-owned woman is way better than the new fresh meat. So, like, you better take what you can get. Y'all in relationships be taken for granted, y'all women. And it's crazy what y'all be doing out here. She was willing to die for you. She wanted to go to jail for you, right?
I sit here and have so many questions. One, imagine being a supermodel and chasing fresh meat on the yard. Imagine that's your standard and quality of life. Well, this is what we talk about when we tell women to choose better. This is the exact moment. I'm getting on my alpha male shit right quick. What type of nonsense are you talking about? $5,000? Where was the lawyer? Where was the things that we needed before he went to jail? Furthermore, what did he go to jail for?
Before you go to jail.
Are we serious here right now? We're talking about you're a supermodel. Do you know literally anybody and everybody would pay your way to be just looked at and stared at for hours at a time? In fact, that's what you get paid to do, to be looked at and stared at. You could have been on Twitch, literally sitting there for exactly 1 hour and made $5,000 and probably gotten slid in your DM by all the famous rappers and content creators to actually have a fruitful, prosperous life, doing fun things, like going to the beach, going to the bars, having a good time. But instead, you're trading your lavish life because you have two brain cells you could barely rub together and you're going to be in jail. And you're going to be fresh meat on the yard. You know what they call fresh meat on the yard for women? New carpet in the cleaners. Get your rug stretched out. What's up?
She was about to.
You asked why he was in jail. He's a felon, and he was caught with possession of 205 rounds of ammunition, as well as an AR-15 style rifle with no serial number, which is known as a ghost gun.
Okay, so
he's going to jail. He's going to jail now.
136 rounds were loaded into 5 magazines. Oh, he was going to war. He also had
he's going to jail.
Give me a second. An empty SIG pistol magazine, a grenade pen. Like, why do you have the pen? 115 grams of a white substance believed to be crystal meth, 5 grams of cocaine, and 2 scales.
Imagine you're getting ready to go to war, and you get pulled off the line before you even get to fire a single round. You are the saddest pick-me ever.
Now you understand why she had to bribe. Because, like, once they busted him with that, he's a felon, and they caught him with the ghost gun, it was over. Right? There was no lawyer. There's no lawyer if you're a felon and you're caught with a ghost gun. Like, that's a 3D, for people who don't know, that's a 3D printed gun. Right? Like, he's going to jail. Like, the feds are going to take him and throw him into a supermax for a long time. So I'm not advocating saying that there is no lawyer that's going to get him out of jail, period. Not one can get him out of jail.
I read this wrong.
He doesn't know how to party.
Everybody downvote Icon right now because all our points go to
Canary, bro.
I thought that it was money only. Schwartz allegedly left the agent a voicemail stating that she would do anything she needed to do, monetary or whatever, to help get the agent get her boyfriend out of jail.
Jesus. Could you imagine recording yourself committing a felony and then sending it to the police? Like, at least get caught on Instagram, and then they have to do like a Freedom of Release Act or some dumb shit like that. You sent the evidence to the police. She knew she was talking to an agent.
I got a question. I wonder how far the agent took it. Like, she do look kind of good. Like, did you get some photos? Like, how far can you allow this conversation to go before it like messes up the investigation? right? Maybe I'm undercover and I want to get more information.
Well,
And
she
like
has
I
another
have a confidence.
investigation. So how far would you go, Shake?
Well,
Yes. Side piece shake. How far are you going? How far are you going, side piece shake?
I mean, I'm gonna go very deep undercover, right? As deep
No,
as
Diddy.
deep. Well, it's a woman, so there ain't no reason to be Diddy. Well, Diddy was doing a lot of crazy things with women too, so this is still a no Diddy moment, right? I will do a lot. I will be going undercover, deep undercover, as long as I need to do a thorough, deep dive investigation into this woman.
I'm gonna keep it 100. If that is what you did to get sent to jail, I'm gonna keep it 100. When you get sentenced at trial, I'm literally breaking up with you right then and there. All right, it's been a fun ride. They didn't get you off, so I guess I'm not gonna be here.
What you going to jail too, bro? You the felon. Like her man's still a felon, so he's still going to jail.
No. See, me, I have 3 brain cells, unlike her who only has 2. I would have rubbed that extra third one and made sure I made enough of a divisive strength to say, if you do not get off of this sentence, I'm leaving you, because I don't want to be stuck in perpetuity chasing your dumb ass and then being known as the supermodel girl who fell in love with a dude in jail who's never going to see the light of day. He's only going to see the sunlight 24 hour, 1 hour out of 24 hours a day. The rest of his life.
As well.
All right, we have to move on. We are pressed for time. Where are we? Love me or hate me? Would you rather save 10,000 people but be hated, or allow 10,000 people to die and be loved? You're not causing their death, you're just allowing their death.
Does me killing the 10,000 people teach you how to read? So I'm loved?
Damn, that hurt, Shake. That hurt.
No, I'm killing 10,000 people to be loved. Love me. You know, I'd rather, because what those 10,000 people, they dead. Like their opinion doesn't matter no more. All right, they're dead. Like, and they're with their families. I'll deal with that. Later. But like, if the masses love me, it's cool, right? The masses will protect me from those terrible families who are upset about those deaths. If one thing a strong leader has taught us throughout history is the people will love and fear you. Pick one. So they'll do whatever you want me to do. Yeah.
So what we've all learned here is that if you don't show up on time to a place, Shake's not going to take a second to think about why you're late. He's just going to carry on with his day. So everyone take that notice with you. The thing that usually ties this question for me is, do I get to make the decision on who lives and who dies? And if the answer is, even if the answer is yes or no, I'm a black man in America. I can name 10,000 people who already hate me easily, and I'm doing just fine. So I think the easier route here to take is to be perfectly fine with letting everyone live and just being myself, because I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to go down to the grocery store and go into the produce aisle, and someone's going to have the audacity to say some weird shit to me like, hey, by the way, are you the bouncer at this club? And I'm going to say, I'm a pulmonary transplant specialist. I save human beings' lives. And they're going to say, for real? And then I'm going to tell them, yes, for real. And then I'm going to have to show them my ID to get them to validate me. So I have no problem living my life.
All right. So when I first saw this question, I thought about Alan Turing. He was a scientist during World War II who cracked the Enigma code. That Enigma code saved millions of people, and they still persecuted him for being gay. So he saved millions of people, and he was still hated. So I'm with Shake. Let these motherfuckers die. I'm with Heero. They're not gonna like you anyway. He saved at the time, millions.
But at the time he was a Batman man. So like that was shit you couldn't do. So like it's terrible as it is.
But the thing about it, you could take it even one step further. Like, okay, so what? They don't like you. So what? They don't. But you're implying that you expected them to like you. Like, I can't tell you to save my life that I care about anyone outside of my immediate circle. So like, I don't know where this, like, especially back in those days where this ingratiating yourself with people is the norm. I could give two fucks about who's the person next to me. I could literally sit next to a person on a plane and not say a word to them. And I'm on the plane with them for 4 hours because I'm so convinced that only people within my circle should matter.
I think.
And also,
go ahead.
Clearly, he wasn't that big of a person in his life. I understand what he did, and everybody understands what he did in retrospect, right? But there's probably several other gay people who had far more prominence who they weren't outed where he was, right? Again, I'm not advocating for him to be outed. I'm saying he was not as. Wow. A little spicy, are we today? I got a little upset. Damn. Right?
Well, I'm illiterate and you're homophobic.
That escalated so quickly. That escalated so quickly. You can't read. You're homophobic. God damn. I became a hate crime just because I was illiterate?
I don't even know what to say no more. Next topic. You're good.
All right. Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary said if he is not allowed to cheat on his taxes and exacerbate the value of his properties when going for loans, he's not going to do business in New York anymore. Do we care? Heero?
Yeah, we definitely care. Because he also said that this was a victimless crime. We're talking about Donald J. Trump, the mogul who had apartment complex that he purposely kicked black people out of, increased the rent for black people, and then monopolized the area and district so that no one could buy property within the area or rent within the area of color. This is also the dude who bought a front page buyout of the New York Times back then to accuse the exonerated five of committing a crime that didn't exist. And this is also the same guy advocating for the guy who got 10 days more to pay off 1/3 of $500 million when we know Khalif Browder spent 2 years in jail on Rikers Island for stealing a backpack that no one could produce. Victimless crimes look like that. This is white privilege beyond the scope. And when the owner of the Dallas Mavericks said that this dude was a douchebag, I believe him more and more every day. You can't tell me that this dude doesn't suck at the teat of Donald Trump's Ozempic breast like milk to the hind, like milk and honey to ants and bees. It attracts both shit, no matter what you're doing it. So this guy right here is gutter trash if I've ever seen it.
Ozempic breast is crazy. So this is the only reason why I care about this is like, Kevin, ain't no one tell you when you doing dirt and your homie gets caught and they didn't looking at you, shut the fuck up. Ain't no one told you like your homie didn't give you up. Like Trump didn't rat, right? Why? Like the government wasn't looking your way. You saying like, hey, y'all shouldn't do that is the first way the government to say, we weren't looking for you at first, but should we look at your tax return? Should we start looking into you? That's the first thing. So, like,
it's Streisand effect.
Like, it's the first rule in criminality. Don't point the light on you, and then be surprised when they start investigating you. When you started calling out. You better make sure your house is in order. If you're going to be the one saying they are going after him unnecessarily, your house has to be squeaky clean. Because one thing about the government, if you're going to try and embarrass them, they are going to look into you, regardless whether you're white or black. Your consequences might be different whether you're white or black, but they will still at least pretend to look at you, right? If you make them look bad. So that's the only reason why I care. And Kevin O'Leary is not all that rich, by the way. Like he's like, he talks a lot. He's the poorest on Shark Tank. That's the funny thing. He spoke the most, and he was the least liquid and lowest value on the show he's with. Byron Allen, more money, right? Everybody else had more money than him, but he spoke the most.
The issue I
It's
have
always these
with
broken people.
O'Leary, one, he was stupid enough to get on national TV and say, we all break the law. We all cheat on taxes. It's a victimless crime. He got on national TV and admitted to this. But if you watch him on Shark Tank, one thing he hates is a bad evaluation. When someone comes in there and the evaluation on their business is off, he ridicules and criticizes them. But he just said he does the exact same thing. So not only is he's a fraudulent criminal. What more can you say? I am done with my tirade. And we are going to move on to the WNBA. Ice Cube has offered Caitlin Clark, I'm sorry, he did not offer, it was leaked, a proposed deal to Caitlin Clark of $5 million. And Lexi Brown of the WNBA has a problem with that.
Okay.
They're asking for more money. Ice Cube offers them more money, and now it's a problem. Shake?
I get why Lexi Brown, who people don't know Lexi Brown is plays for the LA Sparks. She is black. Caitlin Clark clearly is white. What clearly Lexi is not understanding or is ignoring is the white savior complex that is going along with Caitlin Clark. I'm not denying that she is great at what she does. She is great athletically in women's basketball. But white people have been dying for this, right? A spectacle in women's sports. When women's sports, especially women's basketball, has taken the forefront, what more does this country need but the white American, right? As the white American male has been removed out of men's basketball, this is their last hope, right? So this is cashing in on every little white girl from New York to California now wanting to play basketball. That's a fundamental fact, right? That's why we've seen black women be very good at basketball for years, but the fortunate reality is that does not move the needle the same way a great white girl moves the needle on the basketball. It's a reality. Just the same way if there is going to be a great white boxer, American boxer, that will move the needle way more than Floyd Mayweather, way more than anybody else. Because the one thing America wants is a great white American hope in these minority-run sports.
I sit here and ask myself two questions. How does this make sense? Caitlin Clark, last time I checked, white woman. The Big Three basketball organization is a 3-on-3 held with males.
Mostly black. She would be completely undersized. Like even though the retired basketball players or Division I college athletes, so she would be destroyed. Like she would look bad. It's just it's a money thing. It's a financial play that's getting eyes.
Yeah,
right.
So
that's the point.
Basketball-wise,
she's marketable.
No.
Lexi does not.
No. Ice Cube is an idiot. Ice Cube's a complete fool.
No,
this is the same idiot that when this is the same idiot that came up to a new Biden administration with the Black in Politics plan, where he listed out a bunch of things that black people need. As a millionaire, he could see into the hearts and minds of poor middle-class income people and decide collectively for all of us without any type of research, without any papers, without any information from the NAACP about what is affecting us, and say to the president, if you don't do this, you don't really like black people. This is the same guy that gets ingratiated into being a positive black figure because he makes movies about Friday. Like, this is the only reason why we even tolerate this idiot. Because if we had any real value towards him, he's just a black conservative in hiding. He offered a woman to play in his league in a sport that she would either be, one, destroyed, or two, not have her full value be evaluated. Let's look at the optics of this. Ice Cube, if he was even thinking for 30 seconds, would have done this. Let's make a woman's 3-on-3. because there's a bunch of women that don't make it to the WNBA. This is a great way for that company to be bolstered. And you know something else? Instead of $5 million up front, let's give you equity. Because you know what's more important than a hooper is a hooper businesswoman. That's all the rage now. But you're gonna steal her to bring her to your all-male thing to stop her from playing on the women's national team for the Olympics, and then stop her from actually bringing attention to the WNBA, which is why all the players are complaining. She would have the opportunity to compete at the highest level in her sport with the greatest athletes, and because Ice Cube wants to get more eyes on his Adidas Big Three organization, he's gonna rob the people of that? You sound dumb.
Trapped in C. You can get equity in women's basketball. Like if you get equity at low points, like if you get good points on it, it's actually a big business because it's completely subsidized. So like if you're not the person subsidizing and you just get points on it, it's actually really good business to invest in women's sports. Women's sports is the fastest growing.
I would also love to see Trapped in C's financial records. Let me see your 401k double investments. I would love to see your dividend portfolio, what stocks and bonds you've managed to make, what businesses have you started. Let me check and see. He's not subscribed to this channel, so he's quite the connoisseur when it comes to money and financial advices, when it comes to trying to figure out.
4-month subscriber.
Yeah, 4 months. Let's go.
4 months.
Positive, unlike women's basketball.
We flip it. You want to know what it is? I blame Icon for this. Because he doesn't have any emotes, no subscriber emotes. So I can't even tell. I blame you for this, Icon.
Okay, so this is my issue with this. I get your point, Heero, because again, I don't think she should go to Ice Cube's league. But what I do think is she has an offer on the table for more than she would make in the WNBA. So now he's given her the ability to leverage that. She can say, hey, this is my value. This is what the market is saying. Will she get that from the WNBA? No. Will she get more money? Probably. Hopefully. Because she's worth it. My issue has always been with the WNBA. You're not very marketable. Are you doing the things that it takes to be marketable? That's one thing Jordan said about Clyde Drexler in the 90s. Drexler did not understand the game, and he wasn't talking about basketball.
Stop it. Cut that shit. I'm the only one who can be racist and sexist here, right? I gotta defend my women here. Right? It's not that they're not marketable. It's just your ass was not going to watch college women's basketball because it's a completely different sport to men's basketball. Period. Point blank. That's a bullshit argument that people make saying it's not marketable. You are just not going to watch it. It doesn't.
That's not what I said.
That's exactly what you just said.
No, they are not doing what they need to do to make it marketable. Playing the game itself is not what makes it marketable.
What then? What do they need to do to make it marketable? Right?
I don't know. I'm not a marketing genius. I'm not on that page.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. There's other than playing the game. There's nothing other than playing the game. Right? There's nothing. There's nothing. True. Right? So you know what made basketball marketable? You need race. Race in the 80s is what makes basketball marketable.
Athletes with all the endorsements. You're telling me all they do is play ball.
No, the only, now they can do so much more. But what made the NBA marketable was race. No, listen, Icon, what I'm saying. Race is what made basketball in the 80s completely and utterly marketable. Larry Bird and Magic Johnson is what made basketball marketable is now. Listen, right? Listen, exactly. So you use her. Right? So now you have a great white American woman who's tall, not 5'7". This is the first time. So this is the first time they have somebody to market against, right? Against a black league, right? We have always seen great black female basketball players. That's something we have always seen. This is the first time we're seeing a great white, like where the Larry Bird meme where he says, "Don't put a white guy on me. That's disrespectful." She is that, right? This is the first time, right, that this is happening. So in fairness to the WNBA, they have not had this opportunity to market that way to white women. They've always been able to market to black people, but we only make 13% of the population, and the population that would play basketball at that level is even smaller. So this is the first time that you can actually market to 70% of the population of this country.
Exactly.
And no, but you're saying
here.
No, but you're saying they have not. They couldn't. There wasn't available to them. Yeah. There literally was nothing available. They marketed what they could. They literally marketed what they could. They marketed great black women. Okay, Candace Parker Duncan, Lisa Leslie. They marketed
tell these NBA players, because he was flat out when he said, "Our market is older white men. You want more money? Dress the part." That's why he had them coming to games in suits.
He's cleared the image up, but the game was already there, right? Yeah, the game of what it was.
All that counts.
So are you advocating that they need to start playing in pum-pum shorts and like that? Because that will get men. Just put them in sports bras and pum-pum shorts. Because they already basically have that.
Let me give you a overarching thing here that might help connect this bridge. The thing that makes it so interesting is that a lot of people have so much they want to say about what would be marketable, what would work, and a lot of those suggestions have funneled through. A lot of people said it early on that the game wasn't fast enough, that there wasn't enough eye impact dunking and things of those nature. But what we quickly found out was efficiency in their game is substantially better. They just they score more efficiently. So like there's so many things men could say about it, but this is the one time that men could actually be removed from this. We're trying to get a demographic of women, 53% of women who are active age or actively aware of sports, to be invested in a sport that is associated to their gender. 53% of women who are into sports that are not associated with their gender. So this will be the first time to get that demographic to actually pay attention to their gender specific sport. And that's something we haven't had in the past without Caitlin Clark. And to Shake's point, yeah, because 13% of our population is made up of black people, and even less of that can play the sport efficiently, therefore their interest. The market capital for black people might be $2 trillion, but that shrinks down significantly when you're talking about sports. Women, you're talking about women's money.
Okay,
any sport. Any sport.
So Shake said something very important when he brought up Bird and Magic. There was a story there. And that story helped compel the league through the 70s and 80s.
The race is the story. So yes, you now have the great white guy. That is the story. That is the story. Yes, that is the story. Yes, this is the story is going to continue. When you have Caitlin Clark versus Paige Buchers, right, against the other black behemoth being South Carolina.
Right.
That's
so
what it's going to be.
In the WNBA, what stories are intriguing you enough to watch it?
And just like this, you just answered the question. As soon as Caitlin Clark gets there, the story will start writing itself.
If she is good, the story will start writing itself.
Same thing. It had to be marketed a certain way. That was missing previously. I believe.
Okay, back to the first right missing. Okay, cool.
All right.
Also the benefit of Caitlin Clark is people, especially women who don't watch sports, know who she is. Like, don't watch sports at all, know who she is. That's the Steph Curry and LeBron effect. Her Q rating, like, I don't know what her actual Q rating is, but that's insane. Like, she will bring eyes to it, which will then create more pipeline for little girls to continue playing. So if you're a gambler and you got money to invest, women's sports, people, women's sports. If you want to invest in sports, that's where you're going to make your money.
All right, so we are going to move to our final topic of the night. I am having a hard time talking today. Jesus. Don't trust no farts.
Need some more water in your diet.
Hey, man. Well, you're a doctor. I'll let it slide.
Yeah, thank you.
Two people met online. They had been talking for a while, about 3-4 weeks before they went on their first date. The young man was excited to go on the date, so when he realized he was a bit gassy, he did not cancel his date. So as the two were sitting down for dinner, they were having a very good conversation, and he tried to let one go kind of silently, but shot out of there, clapped a little bit, made a weird noise, and she got up and left.
Wait. Run those last 3 sentences back, please. Clapped a little bit. What clapped a little bit? Wait.
The sound. He farted. It came out. I mean, damn. What more do you want? The man farted. She left. Is she wrong for leaving? Would you have left?
100%.
How would?
100%.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shake.
100%. Like she's not wrong for leaving. All right, like as like I'm black. I can't process dairy. There's certain things. If you know you about to take a girl out on a date, you know you can't eat before you go on a date. I don't eat no cheese. I don't eat no type of cream, no dairy. I don't eat nothing that can. I eat a salad when I take a girl on a date. I look like I eat like a model because I'm not trying to mess. I got IBS. I can't risk nothing. Right? I have a salad and ice chips. That's what I eat when I go out on a date. So nah. If a girl farted,
all this beta.
if she farted while I left, I'd stay there. Just sitting it, just basking it. To act like nothing happened.
Like, talking is really just upsetting my stomach. You're causing my stomach to get upset. You don't fucking fart. Who out here farts paprika anyway? Like potpourri, or what do you got coming out of your ass? No, what did you expect? It's a human reaction. But the thing that I'm more disappointed in is that you've made it this far in life and you don't understand how to gauge your farts. Let me teach you guys something. The part where for men at least, the part where your balls is sewed up to your anus, we call that the godly stitch. That's where God finished up stitching you. You gotta flex that muscle to grow your inner core, your strength. That's how I know you guys have no strength. Your stroke game is weak. You got to flex that core, and you got to push that gas to your settle spot, and you got to let it out whisper to whisper. Thus created the evolution of the silent killer, because it doesn't come out as loud, flatulent. It comes out piece by piece, regulated, controlled. So whenever I hear somebody talking about this without any knowledge of how to control their insides, it lets me know that they don't know how to control their godly stitch. You're not one with yourself.
This nigga. Downvote this man. Women, downvote this man. Downvote this man. Boo this. No. Boo this man. Boo this man. Because he's about to crop dust you.
Yo. Hey, Shake and hate all he want. Side piece Shake and hate all he want. But clearly, he's out here eating ice chips and whatever the hell he's eating. He doesn't do it. But ask any woman that's ever been on a date with me. Every goddamn date we end with ice cream and a Sunday brownie. Because you know what? I'm not built with these weak genes. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to have a good meal. But not only because I have a great gene system inside of me, because I can control my godly stitch. I'm not going to allow someone like Shake to tell me having the power of my godly stitch is the problem in this conversation. I'd be damned.
Bro, what you said is you let out silent killers. So Shorty can be in the middle of dinner, and then she's cutting her steak, and she's just.
But guess what?
Smell?
Guess what?
That's crazy.
She has to
that's
guess
crazy,
where the
blood.
She has to guess where the smells.
That's
she has to
crazy.
guess where the smell's coming from versus
she knows
knowing
it's you.
it came from you.
She knows it's you.
She knows it's you. All the people walking around. So the dude could have been crop dusting the whole damn restaurant. The waiter could have been doing that shit. Hey,
so you blaming the help? That's wild. You're gonna blame the help.
Hey,
y'all are nasty.
For some cheeks, I'm blaming the waiter, and I'm gonna give him a tip.
Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. If that
would have happened to me, I would have looked her dead in her eyes and be like, "Girl, you nasty. You just gonna do that shit right here in the restaurant?
You gonna blame? Y'all crazy." Like I said though, but if she was the one, right? What a name, consenting observer. That is. I'm sorry. That name does not sound consensual at all. That name gives the opposite of consenting viewership. I'm sorry. If she farts, I'm sitting it. I'm basking it. You know, like everybody remember when you were in chemistry, when your chemistry teacher, like you don't put your nose right over the chemicals because then you burn your nose. You waft it. You know, that's what I do. I see you had little, a little asparagus.
Wrong with okay,
little rhubarb.
If the roles were, let's keep it real. If the roles were reversed, honestly, women naturally have an odor about themselves anyway, so the amount of perfume and beauty products, hair care. I to be honest, I don't know if I've ever just smelt a woman's fart, because between the smell of their hair, between the smell of their skin, their natural aura, it's just hard to differentiate. Like, I don't think they have like bad fart smells. I don't know if that's a possible thing.
That's not true.
Well, know what, Side P Shake? I'm pretty sure some of the women you've let on your plate might not have had the best odors.
No. Like they be ripping ass, right? They be ripping, right? Like that's how shorty comfortable with you, and they be like, "Damn," right? Like your shorty never crop dust you. You be like, "Damn, shorty, that's crazy," right? Like,
go on, keep
telling on myself over here.
Yeah, you're telling on yourself. Go ahead, talk some more about your babe. What else? What else does she do when you're not looking?
I think it's about that time, 9:30. The show's nearly over. We're about 15 minutes past what we normally do.
What else your girl be doing, Shake? Nah, Shake, keep it going. I'm curious.
No. The show's over, sir. I mean, this is cool.
So,
don't worry about it.
For the record, Shake, you're staying at the table with the fart.
If she farts.
And
if she
Heero,
farts.
You're doing what if she farts?
If she farts, I'm staying at the table. I'm paying for the meal. Might as well get my meal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let a little. I don't like stinky women. You know what I mean? But I'm not letting a little fart ruin my meal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be a really bad fart to be like, nah, I'm a big dude. There's a lot of things that ruined my meal in the past. I ain't gonna let no fart ruin my meal.
Trust and believe. Cutting someone open after pulling them out of a lake for 7 days to remove the bullet that put them in the lake in the first place, that smell by itself has been ingratiated and burned. I will remember that before I even remember my first birthday. It sits next to me. It's a lingering smell that follows me wherever I go. If I close my eyes or look to the left or right too quick, I can see something I smelled. That's how powerful it was.
Downvote MD Soul. Smell her seat. Nasty.
I actually thought that was a good one. But
some freaks.
Y'all
are some freaks.
End the show. Hurry up. I don't want to be part of this. End the show right now.
And we have a 34-36 in Shake's favor.
36-35. Boom.
I mean, we'll
Boom,
take 35, but it's over now.
Wait. Ty, let's go. See, now people just doing this because they like this in front of Ty. They just ruin this a game, right? Because the idea of me winning, y'all are haters. The idea of me winning, y'all can't handle, right? Oh, wait, what? Nah!
Hey, maybe Icon should get a button where it stops counting whenever he wants to. But seeing as how that scoreboard is now in my favor, Shake, sit down. Shake, go sit down in the back with the rest of those losers, all right? As I ingratiate my crowd. Hey, I want to take a second to send a shout out to Pirate Software, who managed to pull off one of the greatest things that ever happened on this platform. He hit a hype train of 100. And while I could be here to completely slob on the glizzy, no diddy, I just want to give his reconciliation and give him the flowers he deserves. But also take his exorbitant message, which is always run true to me, which is, please don't stop trying to do whatever you're trying to do. It is a bastion of faith to have people who hate and look upon you with disgust for something you have in your heart, a passion that wouldn't hurt anybody. Feed that energy and continue to find a way to be a better version of yourself. Go make something great, as his tagline always is. It was just something really cool to see a bunch of people propagate his idea, and he's a good guy for it.
Well, Shake, since he stole your.
Well, I don't know what to say. No, I don't know what else to say to the chat because, like, apparently, I just can't win. So, like, I think I might just start boycotting. Like I said, stop the steal. Stop the steal 2024. That's gonna be the message every single time. Stop the steal 2024. Right? Me and Huge T, right? Thank you for Captain C for the new joke. Up and coming Huge T, right? Right? Stop the Steal 2024. I'm gonna get a shirt. Stop the Steal 2024. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. You need to make a pause button on that score so Shea could get his reconciliation. But hey, it feels good to be back on top. No Diddy.
The official score is 36-35 Shake. I got you back, man. I got you back. Again, thank you all for being here. We do appreciate you guys. If you do miss the show, we do post them on YouTube. Saturday afternoons, they get posted to YouTube. So if you ever miss one, you can check them out there. And we will be back next week, Tuesday at 8:15 Eastern to do another show. And hopefully we will see you guys there. With that being said, again, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Shake. Thank you, Heero. And we will see you guys next week. You say stop the steal. Look at you, man.
Stop the steal. That's hilarious.